Hello and welcome to today's Sunday lecture. Today we have two short messages from Lantos. Both of them are interesting, and one of them is really exciting because it introduces a new plan that we're going to be going through this whole year to help enliven the great wave for the entire Earth, for everyone. But first, there was a question that Cindy had asked Lantos in the last few days. It was for someone else on an important topic, and here is what Lantos said. He said, we go with the feelings of the individual. We go with the feelings. The sacred sounds produce an influence which eliminates the root of the problem. Just as the blessed tree receives nourishment from its roots, the opposite value is also true. A tree which brings fruits of benefit relies upon its roots for its existence. Like this, a problem or an illness draws energy for its expression from its own structure of roots. Sacred sounds strengthen the roots of the positive values, those values which support growth and abundance in life. At the same time, sacred sounds reduce the energies which have developed the roots of the negative values, those values which grow into problems, illness, struggle. We take care of all layers of existence. We perform action to strengthen all levels of life. The most important level is the fundamental level of the roots. This level provides energy to all forms of expression. We perform action on all layers. For these actions, we collect knowledge of the experts, and we proceed with the guidance of our feelings. Feelings are strands of connections with the roots of existence. Feelings emerge from the finer layers of existence and contain deeper values of truth. Yes, we proceed with the feelings. So that was a really interesting message that Lantos gave, talking about how we proceed during this new phase of our existence with the sacred sounds, and how the blessings of life receive their nourishment from the roots, and that those roots are nourished by the sacred sounds. But then things that we don't want in life, problems, difficulties, illness, these also receive their nourishment from their structure of roots. And the sacred sounds eliminates the nourishment going to those roots of the difficulties in life. So we thought you'd be interested in hearing that message from Lantos. Now, over the last couple of weeks, ever since Lantos gave us the instructions for the Sacred Sounds Pendants session, the session to enliven the great wave within your life, in your environment, we realized, immediately that it required a second person, and that for many of you, you don't have a second person who is either able or in most cases willing to use the flame and the wand over you for a 30 or 45 or 60-minute treatment session. And so then we came up with a plan for you to be able to use distance sessions, have someone else use the flame and wand over you, and then trade with that person so that they do a treatment on you, you do the treatment on them. But again, we still heard from many of you that you just didn't know anyone to be able to do this. And then some of you are in difficult time zones. And so that was when I came up with an idea, and I asked Cindy to ask Lantos about this idea. The idea would be that we, here at Biogenesis, Kay, Rebecca, Andrew, me, we would be the ones to do the treatments for you at a distance. But in doing it just one at a time, that would not be possible because there are so many of you needing this service that we wouldn't be able to do that. So then the question was, can we do it on groups of you? Could I do the flame and wand on many photographs at the same time and then broadcast live that treatment so that each of you would be able to just use your phone to click on a YouTube link and get on the live broadcast so that I could tell you step by step, here's what you do and here's what I'm going to be doing, and we would all be doing it in unison. Would we be able to do it that way? So Cindy asked Lantos about this, and she said, would this be acceptable and would there be a benefit, such as a cumulative benefit of having many people worldwide all enlivening the great wave through this Sacred Sounds Pendants session? Here's what Lantos said. Yes, yes, yes. A global time for the enlivenment of the sounds. This is the accomplishment of the holy season instruction of the sounds. During these times of instruction, many participants from around the world enlivened the sacred sounds in unison. Sacred sounds generate the great wave of creation. Many individuals, each generating the sounds, creates a great wave. The great wave rises. All participate. All issue the sounds, producing the great wave of creation. Over and over, the wave forms. This great wave rises and purifies all form, all material form, all layers of existence, form and non-form. One individual may issue the treatment for up to 16 distance participants at one time. 16 participants may receive the benefits from one offering the treatment. So then Cindy asked, well, if there are 2 people, can you then do 32? Lantos said, yes, there is a group effect produced by 16. 1 leader, 16 recipients. These 16 receive the full influence of the benefits of the leader. 2 leaders allow for 2 groups of 16. Each leader may offer the session to 16 participants at one time. Cindy said thank you, and Lantos said many blessings. So that gave us the answer that we needed with even more instructions, even more information, so that this is something we're going to do all year long to help enliven the great wave of creation. This is something, remember what Lantos said about the great wave back in December. The great wave expresses itself as the golden form. And that means the more we do to enliven the great wave, the more we're doing to create the golden form of creation. This year, we are going to do everything we can to enliven the great wave of creation as much as possible. So this gives us a very effective, very easy way to enliven the great wave on a very grand scale all around the world. These distance sessions, here are the details. Biogenesis, that means those of us here at the office, Kay, Rebecca, Andrew, me, we will be doing the treatments for you using the flame and the wand while you are at home or wherever you may be with friends, anything like that, where you can use your super cells, the super water cell, super star cell. You can set the intent with the biotranslator or the song. You have your sacred sound pendants. And so I can walk you through step by step the entire Sacred Sounds Pendants session. And I can make sure that we are effectively, correctly using the flame of Genesis and the wand of Genesis for your sessions. So we will be doing that. We will broadcast live for those of you here in the United States and in Canada and Europe. We're going to be using YouTube Live for this because it works fairly easy for everyone and you can just use your phone. Now in Asia, we're going to be using WeChat because they don't have YouTube in China. So we'll be using WeChat for them, and we'll work through those wrinkles. Now remember what Lantos said about these treatment sessions, the Sacred Sounds Pendants session. He said that the personal benefits you would receive waves of purity, waves of energy responsible for abundance on the outer material layers of expression. And then, of course, the whole world and all of us receive the immeasurable benefits of the significant enlivenment of the great wave of creation. We're going to be doing this for those of us in the United States, Canada, Europe. We're going to be doing this on Sundays and on Wednesdays. Sundays, it will be at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So that means noon if you're on the East Coast. Those of you in other parts of the world, that's 12 o'clock noon in New York. Then on Wednesdays, it will be at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So again, that's 6 p.m. in New York for those of you in other places around the world to be able to figure out your time zone. The session will take between 30 and 35 minutes. We'll do 3 minutes for each pendant, and there are 8 pendants, so that means that's 24 minutes. You start with the intent, we'll give you a minute for that, so we're up to 25 minutes. Then you do 2 minutes with the supercells beforehand and 2 minutes at the end, so that's 4 minutes. Now we're at 29 minutes. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds to trade out the pendants, trade out the supercells, make sure that you have everything ready to begin the next step of the session so that no one is rushed. And that means that's another 4 minutes, so that's about 33 minutes. It's a safe bet 33 minutes is the fastest we'll go through this, but somewhere closer to 34 or 35 minutes is a safer bet. Okay, there is a fee for having us do this for you. It will be $20 per session. Now, you can just order one session, or if you want, and we're doing this because we want as many of these Sacred Sound pendants out as possible to as many people as possible. So even though we know most of you have full sets of them, we're going to offer this particular deal, which is if you buy a 10 pack of the sessions, that's $200. That's 10 times the $20, so $200. But we will give you one free Sacred Sounds pendant of your choice, and that's a $95 value. So that cuts the cost just about in half for the Sacred Sounds sessions. Now, if you happen to have your pendants and your tools, and you have someone there with you who is able and willing to do the flame and the wand on you, then you will still be able to participate with the group. You'll still be able to watch the live broadcast, walk through it step by step with everybody else, and you don't have to pay anything. The charge is to reserve a spot so that one of us here at Biogenesis can make sure that we are using the flame and the wand on your photograph. There are only 4 of us here, which means that gives us a limit of 64 photos that we're able to do at any single session. So the fee covers our providing the treatment to your photograph while you are at home or wherever you're going to be receiving the benefit of that treatment. But if someone else is going to do it, then you just can follow along with the rest of us for free. But again, if you buy 10 sessions, then you will get the free Sacred Sounds pendants. And our hope is that you're going to do this, because our hope is that you will give that Sacred Sounds pendant to someone who needs it. A friend or a family member who doesn't know anything about Biogenesis, who doesn't know anything about the Sacred Sounds, but who desperately needs the benefit of a Sacred Sounds pendant in their life. And we all know, not just someone, we all know many people who fit that description. We want you to be able to give these pendants out so that other people receive the benefits of the Sacred Sounds as well. And of course, the other hope is that as many of you as possible do this together at the same time, whether we are using the flame and wand over your photograph, whether you have someone there to do it for you. We want as many people doing this at the exact same time worldwide, 2, 3, 4 times a week, depending upon how many times we end up doing this per week, but we'll do it throughout the whole year to make sure that we have the greatest influence enlivening the great wave for the entire world to help purify the world, to purify matter, to purify form and non-form, to purify the energies around Earth, to make life better for all of us this year, but also, most importantly, to generate the golden form. So this is our goal throughout this year, and we're excited to be able to do this with you. It is so much more fun for those of us here at Biogenesis to have projects that we do with you, so that we're doing it all at the exact same time, because it makes us feel closer to you, and that makes us very happy. Okay, everyone. Wednesday, I am going to speak with you on Wednesday with more details about these Sacred Sounds session, pendants sessions. We'll have it up online on our website by then, so that you can order, whether it's just one or whether it's a 10-pack on Sundays, or a 10-pack of Wednesdays, or a 10-pack of both Sundays and Wednesdays, whatever it may be. We will have it ready on our website for you with all of the instructions, the links, everything that you need, and I'll walk through that with you on Wednesday, so that there will be no questions at all as to what you need to do to prepare for next Sunday when we do the treatment sessions. Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great Sunday. Have a great next few days. I'll speak with you again on Wednesday.